Everybody, and welcome to the What Now with Jeff Weber. I'm pleased to be me. Anyway, my guests come from all corners of the music business and the entertainment business as we examine careers and perspectives from the inside out. To have a career in our business takes a whole lot more than simply being amazing at what you do. And with the world in our business being in such a swirling cyclone of trepidation, uncertainty, and outright speculation, we try to answer the question on all of our minds. What now? I am so delighted to have Barbara Weathers with me as my guest today. And for those of you who may not be familiar with Barbara Weathers, you should, and let me tell you why. Barbara's career as a singer began when she was 13, and just a few years later joined the R&B supergroup Atlantic Starr as their lead vocalist. With Barbara at the helm, the group scored hit after number one hit, such as Secret Lovers, If Your Heart Isn't In It, and the perennial classic Always. Atlantic Starr toured extensively throughout Europe, Asia, and the United States, and before long, Barbara built up quite a following. She left the group in 1989 to pursue a solo career, and her first record was produced for Warner Brothers by Maurice White of Earth, Wind & Fire. Since then, she has continuously performed and recorded around the globe. Barbara, thank you very much for joining me, and I'm so grateful. I wanted to ask you a question to start off with. How exactly did you get into Atlantic Starr?
Well, I was singing at a jazz club in Greensboro, North Carolina. I was a singing waitress, and I was noticed by someone from MCA Records, and they wanted to do a demo on me. And I was friends with Wayne Lewis from Atlantic Starr, and so they were the only professionals that I knew. And when this offer came my way, I called Wayne Lewis. And he then put me in touch with his manager, who was Earl Cole. I told Earl Cole what the situation was, and he pretended to be my manager. And we had a three-way call with Philadelphia International. And we, after talking to them, he just decided that he did not want me to go down that particular avenue because what they were asking was more than what they were willing to give. But he did say that MCA was looking for a female vocalist, and he would see if he could retrieve enough to do a demo and have Atlantic Starr produce the demo for me. We did that, and that demo song on those, it was 3 songs. The songs were Secret Lovers, Silver Shadow, and a song called Big Boy Games. And MCA turned me down, and after they turned me down, Atlantic Starr asked me to join them. And that's how I got with Atlantic Starr.
Wow. So did they use the demos of what you sang as their finished product, or did they redo it with you?
No, I think we just did, we put some more sprinkling on the top of it, because it was a demo. Basically, the song itself was in good shape. So as the producers, I'm not positive what all they put on it, but we did use both Silver Shadow and Secret Lovers on their album, on Atlantic Starr's album. Amazing. And because of Atlantic Starr's popularity, you became a road dog, correct? Yeah. I think I was always a road dog, but yeah, it was time to tour, and it kind of didn't stop until I left the group.
Okay, so who does the laundry? Come on. I don't know how you pack enough stuff in a suitcase to go on the road for 6 months.
Well, sometimes you can stay on the road for even longer, but luckily you have a wardrobe person who actually does the laundry there for you when you're traveling.
Dang. Okay, I'm going to have to remember that. Did you have any hair and makeup people? No. No, you did your own.
No, not then. No, I had a lot of wigs and a lot of makeup. This is my own hair, but today I could use a wig. But,
You're so full of you know what. Oh,
yes,
I know what.
So much.
Anyway, so now how long were you with the group before you decided to kind of move on to a solo career?
I think it was about 5 years.
5 years. And by that time, you've had success because you had sung the most popular songs of Atlantic Starr ever. And it was probably a good timing on your part, right? I mean, for crying out loud, then Warner Brothers was interested, and the fabulous Maurice White was able to work with you. How was he? How was he in the studio?
He was superb. I loved Reese, and we met initially because he hired Atlantic Starr to do a song. He produced a song on Atlantic Starr for a movie called Armed and Dangerous with John Candy.
Right.
Yeah. And so after meeting, I really got along with him wonderfully. And when it was time to do the solo album, I reached out to Reese and asked him if he would be interested, and he was. And he was a joy to work with, quite a bit.
Okay, so when you're in the studio and with Reese, and you just sing a version of one of the songs on the record, and you stunk, what did he say to you?
He never said I stunk. He never talked to me the way that you do. Yeah. No, he would just say, do it again, or just try to express to me what he was trying to get me to give him.
Did he ever ask you like what you thought about the meaning of the song, or just to get you to think about the lyric content, or was it just kind of, okay, so try it again this time?
Well, he wanted to put me in certain places. I'll tell you, one particular song was "Where Did Our Love Go," which was a remake that Diana Ross had done.
Right.
And one night when we finished in the studio, I explained to him that I had never heard the song before. And he got so mad at me that he made me go to the record store before I went back to the hotel and pick up the original version to listen to. He just couldn't believe I didn't know that song, And he did such a great job because we did the background vocals together on that song as well.
Oh, that's terrific. Well, you couldn't have a better person at the helm. And so let me ask you, did you have any say in the material that you were going to work on for that record, or was those songs suggested by him?
Some songs were suggested by him, and yes, I did have, my opinion did matter at that time, but basically we had to run things by Benny Medina. Benny Medina was who had gotten me, we had been together with him with Atlantic Starr, but he was going to be my liaison at one. So
gotcha. So he was acting as your A&R guy, essentially?
Yes.
And by the way, A&R.
Yeah, and basically in charge, it was him that got me the deal, the solo deal with Warner.
Okay. And was that for more than one record, or you opted out, or how did that work?
I think it was 3 records,
mm-hmm.
and I opted out. I actually got fired, but I did something to get myself fired. I realized being in the music industry, when I was with Atlantic Starr, it was just very difficult for me. And I don't want people to be angry at the Lewis brothers, because I think after I did this other television show, we spoke about my relationship with the Lewis brothers. It caused some friction. And what's important for people to know is that I'm good. I'm very good, and I've made peace with everybody. And so I don't hold any grudges, and I wouldn't want anybody else to hold any grudges.
Well, it's quite common that members of a group kind of, after a while, have conflicts. You're so close, you spend so much time together. It's only natural that the things may rub people the wrong way at times, and it causes breakups. It's just
well, and I think you have so many individuals with their individual ideas of what they want to do that you can't make 5 people think alike.
Shucks, I can't even make one people think alike.
You know, just you and your wife probably is about, it's hard enough with me and my husband. So when you try to put a group together, and I had been with the band prior to getting with Atlantic Starr, it's difficult. I'm so sorry that that phone is ringing right now.
That's me calling now the other line asking you to hang up.
Okay.
Well,
it'll
okay.
disappear shortly. Yes.
No problem. It's just people hearing this interview wanting to book you.
It sure is. It sure is. Thank you so much.
So okay, so you've now you've now left Warner's, and did just leaving Warner's provide you with a sense of freedom in terms of being able to create your music your way, write songs? Is that when you really started writing material for yourself?
I had always written, but I got a little bit more confidence when I started writing that particular album. But no, I didn't become comfortable writing until I got with you.
Uh-huh.
And even though we didn't write a lot for the album, you gave me the confidence as my producer. I'm not sure everybody knows that you produced the last two albums.
I haven't brought that to the forefront yet. You know, I'm super
so
proud of I'm super proud of the work that we've done together. I'm very proud to say that I've been working with Barbara on her shows and her records for close to 20 years, maybe more.
Yeah.
But that means that each of us is basically 29.
Exactly. I was 9 when we met. I remember.
Yeah, that's.
You've already talked about 1872.
That's right. I was well into my 300s by then. You were 9. Okay, so all right. So now that you had the freedom to create music your way, how did you decide what songs were good for you? How did you decide? Where did those songs come from? Those original songs.
I think it's best when you're choosing songs to choose what it is you're feeling or going through or what you'd like to say, because it's easier to express something that you're living through, going through, or have gone through than it is to just, make up a happy tune instead of having something that's a little bit more heartfelt and more, what's the word that I'm looking for? Personal.
Right.
Personal.
Is it true that most great songs, not necessarily your own, come from writers who are really pissed off, angry, sad, or?
I find that I do my best writing when I am hurt. Yeah.
Right.
And that's what you say. The more you're hurt, the better your album will be.
I mean, I worked with an artist one time, and she was so happy, and she was in a great relationship. Finally, I said to her, "Look, I'm going to have a talk with your boyfriend. He has got to break up with you by the end of this weekend. Watch what songs happen after that."
And it's very true. It's very true. And I also think that there are many people going through the same things that you're going through. And once you start talking about it, that's why so many people are attracted to the song.
The one thing that made it really interesting for me is when we talk about songs, in addition to the songs that you write for the record, it's finding a cover that speaks to you, because you have so much experience in all forms of life, shall we say. It's not just another love song that attracts you. So, what do you look for when it comes time to choosing a cover for a project?
Something that I can relate to personally, something that has, like I said, it has happened to me or that I know. So when I sing it, I'm singing it from experience.
I know you're working on your next record right now. We've talked about that. Where are the songs coming from? Just your own personal life and just the monumental things that have been happening to you personally?
Oh yeah, it's been so much hell happening. No, I'm just kidding. It's been quite a bit of things happening, and yeah, it's a lot to write about. Look at the world,
Oh, I know.
and I just figured that it's almost. I feel like when you go to let's just say for instance church, you go to church and there's somebody that preaches something or says something, and there's a huge congregation, but everybody in the congregation hears something different.
Right.
And even the person that was speaking wasn't saying necessarily what you heard. So I think a great song is one where, like I said, many people can relate for different reasons.
Right.
I worked on some songs, even the stuff I worked on with Maurice, I would receive fan mail sometimes of people telling me that one particular song stopped them from committing suicide.
Oh,
And they thought that's why I sang the song because of that particular reason, but I had no idea that that particular those words, that music, that melody would touch that individual the way that it did. But it's very individual for each person. It depends on what you get, what you hear. Even the person that's singing it may not mean it the way you hear it. So I think
it's so true. And you've gone through so much in your life personally. I know that you're in the midst of creating your own memoir, and
yes.
and I know that has been probably revealing, cathartic. All sorts of emotions probably run through your brain. But how's that going?
It's going good. It's going really good. I think as time continues to go, when you begin to write, just like when you're writing songs, writing a book, this memoirs is the same way. Like you told me, a good writer just continues to write all the time. And so when you first start out, it may be super sad and a little confusing for someone to hear. But as you keep writing and you keep writing and you keep reading what you've written and you rewrite and you rewrite and you rewrite, it gets better and you become more comfortable. You become more comfortable and it's not so emotional for you after it's like, I don't want to be icky or graphic, but it's like vomiting it all up and then making a great pie.
Well, now that is one hellacious. That's a visual that I'm not sure I'm going to go order at the next fast food.
I think that's the way songs come too. You have a lot of heartache or someone dies or someone, something terrible happens to you. And then you write that song, I Will Always Love You, like Dolly Parton did.
That's right.
And it was about rejection. So it depends on your perspective of whatever you got from that trial that you endured.
So if I'm coming over to your place for shrimp and grits, let's not have any vomit, okay?
I promise.
Okay.
And I hope that wasn't too graphic for you viewers.
Hey, we all have our big boy pants on. This is good. We can handle this. I wanted to ask you a question about the next record. You've been writing that for a while now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually am working on two at the same time. One gospel and
perfect.
And one. I guess we're going to call it pop or R&B, or I'm not really sure what that other one will be. But as far as the genre goes,
right. Now these songs are coming from deep within you. I mean, we haven't even talked about covers yet. These are just basically heartfelt, searing songs of emotion and based on what you've been going through personally and family-wise for a long time, right?
Yes, they are.
So how do you prepare vocally to go into the studio? I mean, once we get the songs to where you like them lyrically and we get them arranged the way that you see them and hear them in your head and in your heart, how do you go about preparing? Do you basically sing 4 hours a day, or do you do, what do you do to get ready to come in the studio and embarrass us all?
Thank you so much for that. Well, I am let's call me a very odd person because I don't read or write music, and I never have.
Mm-hmm.
So my process is very different from the average person. I listen to the song over and over again first, even before I try to sing it. I listen to the story. I listen to the chord changes and the bridges. I just listen for a while, and then I begin to sing it. And I sing it like I received it first, just to make sure that the melody is right, that the changes are right. And then I just make it my own, go into myself and allow myself to feel what it is I'm saying. Do you know what I mean by that?
I do actually, indeed. And as a matter of fact, that's why you are one of my favorite singers of all time, because on all the records that we do, I know for a fact that you're not just singing the song. These songs have meaning to you, they have depth, they have substance. And I know that when you sing from a deep rooted place of conviction and commitment. And, obviously that's the lesson that I'm looking for all young singers to learn from you is the fact that really have to understand the song, or else you just can't perform it. It doesn't mean much if you're just singing the notes.
Well, being a vocal coach too, there was something that I was told when I first started recording, and that is how you have to paint the picture for the person that is in the car who cannot see you. You have to convince them that you're smiling through your voice with just the music.
Right.
Or that you're sad and they can't see you. So, yeah, it's a lot of emotional input.
Speaking of emotion, our record business is probably in tatters right now. Live music is out the window. Recordings are few and far between. What now for you? Where are you going?
Well, for me personally, I have, I'm not in California. I'm in North Carolina. I prefer it here. And I feel like you can create from wherever you are, So although I'm not with a label at this moment, I am writing both the gospel and the secular or the pop album or R&B album, whatever you want to call it. So first I will get this stuff put down, and then I'll just submit it in different places. And whether it's used, whether I put it out myself, whether it's put out through whoever works, or it's put in a movie, or it's put in a commercial. What I try to do is just leave myself open to any opportunity that may come.
So
I've done vocals for commercials. So since it's not a lot of touring right now, hopefully I can still get work to come my way that involves me just having to do stuff in the studio, just so you can hear me and not have to see me.
Right. Licensing is now, and getting covers is now becoming a very strong foundation for income for you, right? Getting those commercials and possibly getting some TV shows and things like that. That has become kind of a minor focus. Yes.
Yes, I think for all musicians, period. A lot of my friends made 80% of their money touring. So not being able to go out and tour, we have to find, you got to do something different to bring in revenue.
Are you ready to go back on the road when that time happens?
Huh?
Was that a funny? Did I just do a funny? No. Come on. You are a road dog. You told me that.
Well, yeah, I'm always ready to sing. I love singing. I don't like a whole lot of the other parts of the business, but singing makes me happy.
Well,
it's what I was put.
You seem to connect very well with audiences on stage. They adore you, and so
I slip a little something out in the air before I come out, so they have no choice.
Okay, you have to kind of get more of that,
Yeah.
No, it's good. A lot of what I found interesting is a lot of your work is actually overseas in Europe and stuff, where they have a fondness for what you've done in the past, and it's quite fun seeing some of your friends who have also sung in the same time frame that you did. I bet that camaraderie is what we're missing right now.
Yes, yes. I think musicians, period, are hungry to perform again. And I'm
Right,
not positive when that's going to happen, when we're going to be able to have large crowds of people, because we feed off of the audience just as
right,
most people in the entertainment do,
right, right.
you know.
Well, there's lots for us to do in the future. Um, I'm planning a music festival in Santa Barbara next year where you're already. I'm having you come down. So if that's the first time we're performing, maybe in October of next year, so be it. But if it isn't, there's going to be such a rush of people wanting to perform live. I think that we'll be in good shape whenever that happens. Uh,
I think so as well.
it, your records are available anywhere, e-retailers, all over the place, right? So people can find Barbara Weathers everywhere they want, right? Either with Atlantic Starr or some of the other stuff that you've done. Correct?
Yeah, pretty much everything is available digitally now.
Is there a website or something like that that people can go on and find out more about you and hire you for amazingly large sums of money?
Well, they can call you. They
Well,
can give you a call because I don't think they know it, but Jeff does manage me. So if anybody does would like for me to perform or needs to get in touch with me, please let Jeff Weber know. But as far as I think you can find me on Spotify, every place where music is being played right now, you can kind of find my old stuff and
wow.
videos, old videos, and just remember how old those videos are. Just saying.
Oldies but goodies. Well,
Yeah.
I can't begin to thank you enough, Barbara. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. It's if you haven't heard Barbara sing, you owe yourself that education because one of the classic voices of all time. There's a reason why people like Maurice White and the guys at Atlantic Starr and all of the other scenarios she's been a part of. It's because she's an amazing singer and a heartfelt one too. I'm very proud to have you on this show. See, that wasn't too painful, was it?
It wasn't painful at all, but I answered stuff just so stupid. Just stupid answers, just, you
See,
know.
this is the Barbara that I know.
I'm glad we're off the air now. You should have just said, just don't fuck it up like you do every time I go on stage.
No,
Okay,
we're
you
not.
ready to go on? Don't
We're,
fuck
we're,
up.
we're not off the air.
Ah! Are you serious? Oh my God. Are you serious?
But that is what I say for every show.
Oh. Ah.
That's why this segment is going to zoom to the top of whatever charts there is.
You better not put that on the air, Jeff. You acted like we were off, so I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you so bad.
Oh, my
But
guest today is Barbara Weathers in all of her glory. And let me tell you, there's a lot of glory. It's fantastic to speak with you.
all right, I'll get you some shrimp grits and gravy real soon.
I sure hope so, because there's no one that does it like you do. And say hi to Frederick for me, and thank you
I will.
for doing this. I know it's not something that you enjoy doing a lot of, which is makes this interview so special because I know you don't do it often. And I'm certainly grateful for your time. And before we close, I just want to tell everyone your trademark. So we're in the studio, and Barbara is mesmerizing us, all of us. And at the end of a take, she doesn't do very many because she's so good at it. We all say, "Oh my gosh, Barbara, that was amazing." And there's this pregnant pause, and Barbara comes back and says, "Yeah, whatever." Am I wrong about that?
No, he's not wrong, but there are a lot of takes too. I think you're just a good friend, and you show a little bit of favoritism towards me. So, but I
What?
appreciate you do. Yes, you do. But I appreciate the invitation. I appreciate you. You are a fabulous producer, and
Thank
it
you,
is an
darling.
honor to be with you anytime I get a chance.
if I had my choice, I'd work with you every day for the rest of my short career.
Oh, you would beat me with a frying pan. Just stop lying.
Yeah, whatever. All right,
Whatever.
Whatever. We'll let you go. Thank you so much for your time. And as always, you are amazing.
Thank you, my friend. Even though you're full of crap, I love you. Whatever. The good people, the good. Give my love to Michelle.
Will do, hon. Talk to you soon.
Okay, bye, darling.
Gotcha.
Love you.
Okay.